about today, there was a lot of buzz about it. People were curious what it was going to be, the United Kingdom Championship. And I think the couple of things that, for me, I think a lot of people are wondering is, number one, when that happens on January 14th and 15th and we have a winner, will that take the form of a championship that will be defended regularly? And the second part to that is that something where WWE would run their own UK shows, or it would be defended at independent shows like Progress or ICW?
To be determined. There is going to be a champion after that tournament, and he will be the first UK WWE champion. And then we will see where it goes from there. I'm sure by the tournament we will know. I'm sure I've got a good idea now. I'm one of the 2 or 3 people that does know, but I'm not letting anything out. But this is a very exciting time for us. And before anybody asks me, have you just jumped on the bandwagon? Because I've just answered this over there about getting. You can check out all these people. I've been over here looking at people for a long time about this, and this has been a long time in the planning. It's not all just throw together to try to disrupt anything. It's been a long time, and no different than the cruiserweight thing and all the other things. You can't throw these things together in 2 minutes. So, I hope that answers a few questions as well.
Thank you very much.
Hi there.
Hello.
I think it's fair to say we're seeing a huge resurgence in British wrestling.
Yes.
Is there a chance that by restricting where some of the wrestlers that you signed can work, that will do any damage to the British wrestling scene as it currently is?
There's zero restriction on anybody working anywhere except for the companies who won't let these fellas work for them. So that's pretty simple.
So they'll be free to work.
Yeah, just as long as if we need them, we need them for certain dates, then we're going to give them plenty of notice. We're going to possibly need you for this. Obviously they know for this tournament, but we need you for this. And then this is not anything that big bad wolf coming in to try and take away everything for everybody. This is to give these fellas who we think are the best some money in their pockets, so they can be full-time wrestlers and compete all over the world like they're already doing, because all this crew travel and do plenty of things and work for companies here, Progress and ICW and Rev Pro and all these smaller companies. You go and do what you want to do, but because it's certain things are obviously probably a conflict of interest because other places contracts are no different than that, but I think that's only 1 or 2 things. So no, we want you go out and work and do everything you want to do, so you're only going to get better. We're just giving you that thing that if you think this is the absolute straight, be smart now. You don't have to go out and work in some place that the rings fall into bits, or if you want to, you can do. But now you've got somewhat of a chance to try and make something out of yourself. Don't try. You don't have to work in somebody's back garden just to pay the bills. If it all works out the way we hope it works out. This is the first of its kind of any kind of deal like this. WWE's not tying people up. We're just helping them to be full-time wrestlers, and because the more you do out there before you get to us, the better you'll be. Everybody that comes to us, it takes a long time to develop people. So we have the performance centre for that. But the wrestlers that come, they're all the fellas that have gone out there and done all that and struggled and what have you. But we're giving them a bit of a, you ask any other fellas, ask him if he'd love this opportunity, so get some money or the exposure from this. I don't think their wages are going to go up a little bit and different things. It's all that. So we're trying to help everybody. We want the best we can have. What's the point of holding anybody? It never makes sense to me when people think that. I live in a town where CNN, you're all news people, right? I live in a town in Georgia where it's full of CNN people. It's a running gag with me, and I say, what happened today? Oh, nothing. Because there's not a lot happens, is there? Oh, it's easy to the big bad wolf with the WWE, but it's far from that. All these fellas, we're trying to help them be the best they can be, so they can come to work for us and be the best they can be, so we can put the best product on for our audience. It makes no sense to do it any other way. So you can believe what you want. You know, I'm sure, guaranteed, just the way wrestlers are, you'll find out the ins and outs of this, of some of these fellas eventually, and you'll find that, oh wow, I didn't expect that to be like that, or oh, you got the freedom to do as much as you want. Yes, we want you to go out there and get experience, because I say it all the time, we know this, you only get good at this when you fall on your backside 1,000 times. It's the only way you can get good at this, because you learn what's good and what isn't in front of an audience. But we can't have 500 people in Orlando. There's no room for them. You couldn't possibly have it. There's not enough. So we want to cultivate these companies here. We want to give places in America. We want America, you know, different companies. Yes, we give you as much publicity as we can, because that's where we're going to get our talent, our wrestling talent from. Why we develop our athletes, and because there's never enough wrestlers for the amount of stuff that you have, or injuries happen or whatever. You've got to develop other people, and athletes bring in different eyes on our company, which is a great thing to have, you know, and different worlds come in. So I wish people would stop looking at it like that and realise the actual changes that have gone on in the last few years, and see how different things are, instead of thinking we're trying to hold everybody back.
Thank you very much.
As we've already said, a lot of the reason this is happening is because
I remember you as well.
Yeah, we had a lovely chat in Dallas. I had a joke with you about peers, and you were very kind about it. Yeah, I appreciate that.
About peers?
About peers. The Blackpool. I pretended I didn't know how many peers there were in Blackpool.
Oh.
And he was. No, he didn't enjoy it.
It's your subject. Touched the nerve on that one, didn't he?
I did. But he was very kind about it, so that's the main thing. And people enjoyed that video. So.
Do you know what donkeys get for dinner in Blackpool?
No.
20 minutes.
Anyway. Obviously all this is happening because, like we've said, the UK scene is booming right now. It could even be bigger than it ever has been. Another example of that.
It's not as big as it ever has been.
Well, okay. That's a.
Years ago, there used to be 20. This is the truth. There used to be 20. Just joint promotions used to run 20 shows in the London area alone every month.
Okay.
That was just one company.
Yeah.
It was because nobody travelled anywhere. There was wrestling all over. So just a bit of history.
No, you're right. But on that note, because you mentioned, obviously, because of this, the world of sport is now coming back, and that's obviously where you started. So I was just wondering what your opinion of that happening was.
Great for the fellas that are part of that. Great. I hope it works. I'm really hoping it works, because it's great for everybody. Because, you know, like, the more places people have got to work, and it's just the more chance they've got of making stars out of themselves, or, you know, finding what works and what doesn't, experiencing what works and what doesn't. And because we were lucky, we were the last of the people who had full-time gigs. We wrestled full-time from being school leaving age. That's hard to do. So the more places they can go, the better they'll be. So we really hope it works. You know, it's not. We're not on ITV, we're on Sky. It's not a different thing, right? We're on our network. We're on whatever it is. It's good. We hope it works. Because then, hopefully, those fellas. That's just where the selfish thing on our part comes in. Those fellas become incredibly good, and then one day they give us a call and we go, right, you want to come here? Yeah, because you're that good, you can come here now. Simple as that.
You want the standard to
get higher.
In the 90s, I saw the business here deteriorate. And for me, coming from the background that I came from, I broke my heart. And seeing wrestling come off the television in '88, I was heartbroken with that. And it was always my dream to get it back. And I would talk to anyone and try anything to get it back on television. And when I saw some of the shows I was going to, even towards the late 90s and early millennia, they were awful. And people were going to these shows and paying decent money. And I've got one DVD that I play to anyone. There's two lads who used to run the wrestling school that I took over, and they're in the ring, and there's a woman and a son. Probably the son thought he was going to watch The Rock, Kurt Angle, and these two clowns were in the ring, destroying what I love. So if this can work out for these guys, and if the standard and the quality and the professionalism can raise the bar, then it can only be good for everyone. And that's what, you know, in the small time I've been with this company, that's one of the things I've learned about being professional and giving you, there's an expression, leaving it all in the ring, which is what we teach to our talent. So all the best to them, you know, and I hope it really works out. And if it's good for the benefit of this job and this business, then good luck to them.
If you're a fan of the videos that WhatCulture puts out on its YouTube channels, why not join WhatCulture Extra, our subscription service for paying members? For paying just a small fee every month, you get access to exclusive lists, pipe bombs, booking videos, wrestling's worst merch, live streams for Raw and SmackDown every single week, exclusive WTF videos looking back at classic pay-per-views. Also, there's exclusive interviews, documentaries, Q&As, short films, and if you're a fan of WCPW, every episode of Loaded will be uploaded one day early, and you'll be able to view the episode in its entirety. And included in the price are all of our pay-per-views, such as Refuse to Lose and the upcoming Delete WCPW. All that for just $6.99 a month, or just over $5 for UK fans, and you can cancel at any time. For more information and to sign up, go to whatculture.com/extra.